Let me show you some rectangles. Okay, yeah, these are some pretty recognizable rectangles. But if you move them around a little, you can still recognize it here and here, but you won't see it here or here. The graphic design of Politico logos is layered in meaning, such as deciding to include a motif of the US flag or to negate it entirely. Like Jeb! Not that that worked out so great. Visual communication has grown more and more important in the digital age of politics, and we'll break down some of the most iconic campaign logos of the bunch. Presidential branding is a relatively recent development. It wasn't really until the rise of television in the 50s, followed swiftly by the golden age of advertising, that the visual branding of presidential campaigns began evolving. Eisenhower Answers America TV commercials, like the relentlessly catchy Ike for President, was the first spot ad campaign by a US presidential candidate, and strong visual design was key. They even got Disney, the other one, to animate the spot. Still, logos themselves remain fairly basic, with a few exceptions. Jimmy Carter's green color scheme, showing his farmer roots, didn't exactly catch on. By the 1980s, US political campaigns had developed a pretty defined look: red, white, blue, and big. And it pretty much stayed that way for 30 years, until 2008. The famous Obama O was designed to break decades of blandness, according to the lead designer Sol Sender.
The palette was pretty gray, red, white, and blue, of course, stars, stripes, but everything was primarily typographic. There were no real logos to speak of.
The O both symbolize the O in Obama and the sun on the horizon. The red stripes, like our good old rectangles from earlier, have a softer diagonal lead into the O to symbolize the US flag as well as the horizon line. And not only was the design fresh, but Obama's campaign was the first to take advantage of the internet age to circulate an iconic design in a new, accessible way. While Obama was an unknown candidate, Hillary Clinton was not, creating a whole new challenge of designing a new look for a longtime figure. Designer Michael Barut sought versatility in the logo. The perfectly square H. He said its simplicity was deceptive. What looked like an H was really a window, capable of endless transformations. But the logo wasn't a success story. It faced all kinds of criticism for being too simple, even childish. Still, its adaptability worked as hoped in the digital sphere. In contrast to Obama and Clinton's more abstract logos, Trump's logo features simple, bold typography. In fact, the focus on the name builds off of Trump's existing brand recognition, something Brad Parscale's firm, digital director for the 2016 campaign, is also responsible for building. Clinton's designer remarked we had spent months developing a logo. Trump had spent years building a brand. And the strictly strong text harkens back to the traditional designs of the 80s, and even references the era directly through Reagan's
"Let's make America great again."
Good design clearly and memorably communicates a candidate's message. But unlike other visual branding, the accessibility of political design takes importance.
If you think about consumer brands or other types of maybe fashion brands, your logo and your brand is sort of protected, right? It's like you don't want people to take it because that's kind of what sets you apart and makes you different. But political brands are so different because it's more of a no, please, take this logo, make a sign.
Effective, iconic design is crucial in modern presidential campaigns for the success of a candidate. You can either be an Obama O or a Jeb! Exclamation point. Despite the importance of campaign logos, many people choose not to vote. Why is that? Go check out Mr. Beat's video to find out why.